Moving on to the articles and activity section. Today we are exploring a crucial part of your profile that can truly bring it to life, the articles and activity section. Well, this dynamic section changes with every comment, reaction, and piece of content you publish. We'll dive into how you can use this section to build credibility and expand your brand reach on LinkedIn. The articles and activity box, how engagement changes it. The articles and activity box is unique because it's not static. It reflects your engagement, showing your latest activity, whether it's a post, a comment, or an article you have published. If you publish an article, LinkedIn will feature it prominently here. If you haven't published anything, your recent comments and reactions will take center stage. And that's the articles and activity section. Example profile comparison. For example, here is how my profile looks currently. The most recent article I published is shown along with my 3 latest comments. Let's find it out. That's my profile. And if I look at my profile, view profile, so here we have the activity section. So I'm going to see whatever I have done recently over here, whether I published, so that's the posts, the comments, the videos, the images, and the documents. So whatever I have published recently can be seen here in my activity. So for less active profile, they will only have their last 4 comments displayed. So that's the art activity section for you. So it's basically a visual reminder to us. If you're not publishing, your activity may come across as less impactful. Now, the power of engaging thoughtfully. Engaging on LinkedIn isn't just about clicking like, it's about adding value. So you just like a post, you just, wow, great post, loved it, and some random things does not really work. You have to add value wherever you can. And it has to be a daily habit. When I decided to get serious about LinkedIn, I made it a habit to find at least 5 posts every morning to thoughtfully engage with. Relevance? Well, I picked content where I had a unique perspective to add content that was relevant to my niche. And I blocked out 30 minutes each morning to do this. Now that's how you engage thoughtfully, consistently. That's important. So you be consistent, you add a lot of value, you form it as a daily habit, and you time block yourself for maybe 30 minutes every day you are doing this. So what is the impact that's going to be if you are doing these thoughtful engagements? You build a brand. Engaging thoughtfully not only builds your brand, it gets people curious about you. They want to know more about you. Who are you? What do you do? It drives them to your profile and helps you grow your network. Thoughtful comments showcase your expertise and invites further conversation. And it adds a lot of value. Comments that add value and share experiences contribute to meaningful discussions. So meaningful is the key word here. That's what we are doing on LinkedIn. So we're not on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok. We are on LinkedIn. So adding a lot of value is what is going to get you the return that you want from LinkedIn. So example of a thoughtful engagement. Imagine leaving a thoughtful comment on a post about AI trends. You could add your experience. Perhaps you could write something like, we recently implemented an AI-driven CRM at our company and we saw a 20% increase in lead response times. So this was a LinkedIn post that we saw that was around personal development. So here I add my comment and say that we recently implemented an AI-driven CRM at our company and we saw a 20% increase in lead response times. Now that's a thoughtful engagement. I shared my experience of what we did and the results we got. We also invite discussions. When we add our point of view, when we add our experiences, it invites further discussions. People who are reaching out to in that post They look at your comment and they engage with you on your comment. They give their perspective, they challenge you, or they applaud you, they are in favor or they're against, whatever it is, you create an engagement. Now, discovering and following hashtags. If you find that your LinkedIn feed is light on content that interests you, here's a simple solution. So, a lot of times we see that we are not seeing what we want to see in our LinkedIn feeds. Now, that's because you got serious about your LinkedIn today. Until then, until today, you were randomly liking comments, you were liking posts, you were just doing whatever you felt like doing. And that led to what you see in your feed today. Now, this might not be relevant because, and that shows that you were not liking or engaging in the right kind of posts. Because LinkedIn is going to show you the kind of posts that you have engaged in previously. So that's a real time showcase of what you were doing in the past. And that's what you're seeing today on your LinkedIn feed. Now, if you want to change it, you'll have to change how you used to engage. So you can follow relevant hashtags. Hashtags are your gateway to fresh conversations and communities that align with your brand, align with what you do, align with what you want to do, who you want to help, everything. For instance, let's search for artificial intelligence. When you enter this into your search bar, you will see how many people are following the hashtag. Let's do this. Let's say I attended an event recently. It was a GITEX event. Okay, now I get all the posts that has people who have used hashtag GITEX in their posts, people who have used GITEX in their profile posts, people, and then maybe groups and so on. Now, if you want to see anything specific, you can just click on posts. So you will get all the posts that has or that uses GITEX in their hashtag. And you can follow them one by one to see the relevant feeds in your profile the next time you come in. So that's how you discover and connect with new people who are interested in talking about the hashtag that you just searched for. Now, you can also use ChatGPT to discover hashtags. You start by asking ChatGPT, and what do? What are the top trending LinkedIn hashtags for tech recruiters? ChatGPT will give you a list like hashtag tech hiring, hashtag future of work, or hashtag talent acquisition. Now, these are some suggestions. Now you can use these suggestions, go back to your LinkedIn, use these hashtags, look for the posts that you want to follow, and your feed will start getting updated accordingly. So you can then explore and follow these hashtags to boost the relevance of your feed. Upgrading your activities, writing your own posts. Now, the power of original content. We had spoke about what is coming in your feed and how you are engaging with those posts posted by somebody else. Now, when it comes to creating your content, writing your own posts, let's talk about upgrading your activity. That's writing your own posts. One of the most powerful things you can do on LinkedIn is to share original content. Each post you create is like a mini blog with a 1300 character limit, and writing your own posts provides an opportunity to showcase your expertise and engage with your network. Some of the tips for writing LinkedIn posts: you find your voice, whether you are formal, casual, or storytelling. Find your authentic voice and stick to it. You focus on your niche. Every post should speak directly to your ideal audience. Who are they? What are their pain points? And how do you solve them? You share unique perspectives, experiences, or solutions. The goal is to educate, inspire, or provoke a thought. Makes sense? I know I have said a lot of things which might not be easy to digest, so you have to keep coming back to this to get a clear view of what I'm saying. Though it's very easy, once you get used to of it, this would come out automatically. But yeah, you have to build a system around this. Now you can use ChatGPT once again for LinkedIn post ideas. Like write a LinkedIn post for a recruiter discussing the importance of soft skills in tech industry. Or you can generate post ideas. I mean, what could be those possible topics that you can create posts on as a recruiter or as whatever, as a marketer, as a salesperson, as a business owner, as somebody who's looking for a job in a specific field. Could be a software developer, could be a blockchain developer. No matter who you are, you can first generate some topics that you can create posts on, and then you can further get detailed input on what could the post be, some sample posts that ChatGPT can create for you, and then you can take it from there. So like we used write a LinkedIn post for a recruiter discussing the importance of soft skills in the tech industry, and the example could be like soft skills are often overlooked in the tech industry, but they are critical to building strong collaborative teams. Let's talk about why empathy and communication are just as important as technical knowledge. That's posts. You can also publish articles, that is long form articles similar to blogs, how you post blogs on your website. You can publish articles on LinkedIn. Now, posts are great for quick engagement, but LinkedIn articles allow you to go deeper. These are like blog posts you publish on LinkedIn Publisher. That's not only discoverable on LinkedIn but also via search engines like Google. So to publish it, that's pretty simple. You go to home, you write an article, you add a banner image, you give the title, and you write the content, and then you click on next and publish it. That's all. The best practices, the same principles apply here. Focus on value, stay on the brand, and don't forget to include a call to action. Now, for this as well, you can use ChatGPT. If writing long articles feel daunting, let's use ChatGPT's help. We ask it something like draft a LinkedIn article on how AI is transforming remote work, or give me an outline for a LinkedIn article on how AI is transforming remote work. You'll get a starting point, and that you can tweak to match your voice and add your insights. ChatGPT can help you overcome the writer's block and get your ideas flowing. So you get started basically. So if I were to start with ChatGPT, I open a new page and take the prompt, draft a LinkedIn. I am looking to write LinkedIn articles that solves the pain around recruitment agencies not able to scale and grow. Suggest some article topics or ideas that I can create articles on. Now, I'm first getting some ideas on the topics. So 5 reasons recruitment agencies struggle to scale and how to overcome them, the role of automation in scaling recruitment agencies, how to build a lead generation engine for your recruitment agency, why most recruitment agencies fail to scale, and so on. Now these are some of the topic ideas to get you started. Now let's say you like this particular one, the importance of data-driven decisions in scaling recruitment agencies. Great. So help me create an outline of a LinkedIn article on the topic. Okay. Now this would create an outline. So let's say you want your own language to be there, but you only want the outline of the article. That's the outline. An introduction, hook, problem statement, thesis, the role of data, how KPIs drive recruitment growth, again some content to fill in. Now that's the outline, you can fill in the content. Now let's say you are lazy enough to not even know what exactly to do. So what we can do as the next step is help me create a sample article based on the above. Keep the language simple, easy and fun. Also add data and statistics wherever possible. Now it will create an entire article for me. I surely need to tweak and make changes based on my needs, but here is my entire article. So I got the entire article from ChatGPT. Once you have created the content to publish, you also need a banner image that is of the size 1920 by 1080. You can keep a consistent styling for the same, and you can use for sure canva.com. No, I will need to open canva.com. The size would be create a design, a custom size 1920 by 1080 pixels, create a new design. Now that's a blank board. I search for LinkedIn article. Now these are some of, let's say I want to go with this one, goes well. I can add the date of the article being posted, the topic. So the topic here was data-driven decisions in scaling. That's too big. So what I'll do is I add something here, and the importance of text somewhere on the top. So this comes here and this comes here. I'll make it a bit bigger, and I'll make it a bit bigger. And I think I should make this a bit shorter. Yeah. So that way, so the importance, I make this font a bit bigger. And I take in scaling, I don't need this, doing it here, make it left line, I make it a bit shorter so that it all comes in one line. Cool. Make it bold, make it a bit shorter. The importance, again we can do the same for this, and here it is. So I can simply download this now. Download, come back here. Okay, next. That's the perfect size. I need to be consistent, so I can use a brand logo here. Like if my brand logo is right here, I think I must be having some of my brand logos. No, I don't have it here, but yeah, we can use a brand logo. If you have a logo, the brand colors and all of that. Now once you have the banner done, the title would be once again the same. And what I can also ask it to make sure is use some of the keywords that we had created before to be used in this article. That way all of my content has the keywords that we want ourselves to rank for, and that would help in better optimization of your profile. Now once this is done, what I'll do is I'll copy this entire text. Now I obviously would want to edit it so as to not leave it as a completely ChatGPT created content. Add personalization, add something that makes it unique, and all of that. So add credit and caption. So if it's completely generated by ChatGPT, I would give ChatGPT the credit. And I click on manage, so I can do a preview, I can duplicate, I can look at the settings, drafts, and so on. I click on next. Now that's the post. I can do a short post. To do this, what I'll do is help me write a short caption for LinkedIn post when I publish this article. Use relevant hashtags. and a CTA to click on the article to read it. Now that's this. Read this full article here. That's all. Now read this full article here. The link is already added. And I click on publish. And that publishes. Congratulations on publishing your latest article. You can share your article to get more views on Facebook, on Twitter, or in your other groups. Or you can get a link to this article by clicking on this. The article link gets copied, and that's my article. That's so simple, but it is not. Just through with this, what you need to do is you need to stay consistent and be engaging. Remember, consistency is the key. Define 2 or 3 high-level topics that align with your brand and stick to them. The more you create a content around these topics, the more people associate with you, and that helps you in building your credibility. And do not forget, posts aren't meant to be a one-way conversation. Engage with your audience in the comments, ask them questions, and keep the dialogue going. If you want to grow your brand on LinkedIn, the magic lies in the conversations that you do. Now, I have a homework assignment for you. You schedule the engagement time of 30 minutes like we discussed. To engage on LinkedIn, leave thoughtful comments, follow the hashtags, and start drafting your own posts. Use ChatGPT for ideas if you're not sure where to start. Remember, you have got ChatGPT at your side for those creative posts. Prepare for the next lesson. In our next lesson, we are diving into the education and licenses, how to make this section work for your brand. But yeah, I'll love to see what you have done here. Share a screenshot with me. Share with me the topics that you think are good for you. We'll review it all and send our comments. You can put it up in the community that you have been a part of or in the assignment sections, and we will be getting back to you. Until then, have a great and a wonderful day. Bye-bye. But before that, we have something more. Okay, so we have something more, which I somehow missed. Okay, to the importance of regular engagement. Make LinkedIn engagement a daily habit to maintain a consistent presence on the platform. Leaving meaningful comments, regular engagement helps you expand your network. And so this is something that we already spoke about. Consistent engagement contributes to your professional growth and learning. You craft your LinkedIn voice, you be authentic, you be consistent, and you portray yourself as an expert into whatever you do. The LinkedIn algorithm favors posts with high engagement, so focus on creating content that sparks conversations. Something controversial maybe that sparks but you need not always post something controversial because you might land in some legal trouble. But yeah, something that sparks conversation. Post when your audience is most active. Look at the previous posts you have done and see which timing of the posts got the maximum engagement. Use relevant hashtags to increase the discoverability of your posts, and ask questions or encourage responses in your posts to boost engagement. You build a content calendar, plan ahead, create a content calendar to plan your LinkedIn posts and articles in advance. Diverse content include a mix of post types, text updates, images, videos, and articles. You maintain a consistent posting schedule to keep your audience engaged. You adapt and you improve. You regularly review and adjust your content strategy based on engagement metrics. So, how can you maximize the article impact? You need to have compelling headlines. Your headlines should be enough to spark conversations. Crafting attention-grabbing headlines that accurately reflect your article's content. Include relevant images or infographics to make your short paragraph to improve readability. End your article with a clear call to action to encourage further engagement. So for all of this, you can take the help of ChatGPT like we did and take your ideas forward. So how do you engage with your LinkedIn network? You respond to the comments, You share others' content, you DM them, you join the groups, and so on. How do you measure your LinkedIn success? You look at the profile views. Number of times your profile was viewed indicates visibility and interest. Your post engagements, likes, comments, and shares on your posts measures content effectiveness. Connection growth, increase in your network size, shows network expansion. And article views, number of times your articles were viewed, indicates long term content reach. And now, how do you leverage LinkedIn for your career growth? To talk about it all, you use your articles and activity section to demonstrate your knowledge and your skills. You consistently engage, and we are just repeating the same thing again and again. You connect with industry professionals and potential employers to expand your opportunities. You follow industry trends and thought leaders to stay updated in your field. You can also integrate LinkedIn with other platforms. Share your LinkedIn articles and posts on other social media platforms to increase the reach. Like we just saw here when we were posting it, we had the option to share it on Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms. You adapt your LinkedIn content for other platforms considering each platform's unique features and audience. So if you are repurposing your LinkedIn content for Instagram, you do it accordingly with a unified brand message. So obviously maintaining a consistent brand message across all platforms while leveraging LinkedIn's professional focus is the key. So to prepare for the next lesson, take a look at your current education and licenses section on the LinkedIn. Collect details about your educational background and professional certifications. Think about how your education and licenses relate to your current career goals, and note down any questions you have about optimizing this section in our next lesson. So we'll see you there. Until then, have a great and a wonderful day. Should you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the Q&A section or in the community that you have joined, and I'll see you there. Have a great day.